Here we go again. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Racing Podblast with me, Tony McCormick, and Ben Aiken from Narrow in the Field. So we're off to Haydock this weekend for some Grade 1 action, covering 3 races from their Saturday card, including the big race of the day, the Grade 1 Betfair Chase, before taking our usual spin up to Scotland for our football trixie battle, top, middle and bottom, and Ben has some update on Dodgy Dumbarton as well. That's coming later on. Racing first, though, and off to Haydock we go, starting with the Betfair Handicap Hurdle at 1:15. Class 2 handicap over 2 miles and 3 furlongs. What have you got in this one, Ben?
Yeah.
And welcome along, mate. Sorry.
Morning. Decent looking race, I think, to kick things off. The handicap hurdle at 1:15. I think the market's got the right one sitting near the head of things. I settled on a short list of Camzinas, Josh the Boss, Punta del Este, and Steel Alley. Camzinas, he was a good winner at Aintree last time out. That win took his form on his first, second, and third start of the season to 4 wins and 2 places from 7 starts. He does go well on his first few runs in the season. He won the Grade 2 Novice Hurdle on his card last year, so he's also got course form in the bank. And his £5 rise for his win last time, I think that looks workable. So I can see Camzinas going well here. Josh the Boss is also a last time winner. He won the Silver Trophy at Chepstow last month. That race has worked out really well since. 6 of the beaten horses have won since, including the 2nd, 3rd, and 6th, who all won next time out. So Josh the Boss bringing strong recent form to the table. I think his £7 rise is manageable, and he goes well under the following conditions: 1st, 2nd, or 3rd run of the season, and breaks of more than 30 days, where he is 4 wins from 5 starts. That's Josh the Boss. Punta del Este made a satisfactory return this season, with a 3rd at Carlisle last time out. I think a return to a flatter track like Haydock will probably suit him better. On flat tracks, over trips shorter than 3 miles, he has 2 wins and a 3rd from 3 starts. He can throw in the odd stinker, but if he puts his best foot forward, then he'd be a potential player here. And Steel Alley, he's the other on the short list. He only just lost out to his stablemate Lump Sum in the Welsh Champion Hurdle last time out, and he should still have plenty to offer in handicaps after only 3 handicap runs. He steps up past 2 miles for the first time here, and that could well unlock plenty of improvement from him. Might not want too much rain to fall, though. Potentially at its best on good to soft or quicker. And I'm going to plump for 2 from that short list, and it's Camzinas around 6-1 and Josh the Boss also around 6-1, a little bit bigger in a couple of places. But Camzinas and Josh the Boss for me. Tony, what you got for this Haydock handicap?
Yeah, I like Josh the Boss here, Ben. Another to win fresh, beating 16 rivals, 4 lengths, with Doyen Quest in second, of course, at Chepstow last month off a £7 lower mark. And as you say, mate, that's quite workable. So I'll be going Josh the Boss as well, each way in that one. I've also got Steel Alley and Camzinas on my shortlist, like yours, but I'll just have a dig. I'll stick with Josh the Boss, and I'll just have a little look at Knight of Allen, winner at the 3rd time of asking in April at Chepstow over 2 miles on good to soft ground. Ran well in defeat on seasonal debut at Utoxeter last month. That is Knight of Allen for Jane Williams. And David Noonan in the saddle there, and it's around 10-1, and I think that could surprise a few. I'm probably not saying it's going to win, but it could well hit the frame there. With some or most firms paying 4 places on the race as well in the 1:15 at Haydock. Moving on, Ben, 2:30 at Haydock, Stayers Handicap Hurdle, Class 1 over 3 miles and half a furlong here. The Stayers Handicap Hurdle off at 2:30. And what have you got up your sleeve here, Ben?
Yeah, I'm always a fan of this race. Been won by some upper horses over the years. Looks at a strong renewal again. A couple of Irish Raiders taking their chances as well. Shortlist purposes, I'm looking at Doyen Quest, Gwenny, May, Boy, and Zane Knight. Zane Knights even. Doyen Quest, he was an impressive winner at Cheltenham last weekend. He gets in here with a £5 penalty. That puts him £5 well in because he's due to go up £10 for that win last weekend. That could make him a hard one to beat here. Last weekend was the first try at 3 miles. Looks better the further they went that day. Expect he won the plenty up his sleeve. And the Skeletons, they've also got some solid stats with quick returning last time out winners. Dan and Harry Skeleton, 4-year-old to 8-year-olds, won last time past 14 days, starting at an SP of 6-1 or less. Well, those types, the Skeletons are 61 winners, 21 placed from 124 qualifiers, 49% win strike rate, 66% win and place strike, over 26 points profit. And Doyen Quest, he does look to have a big chance of following up his win last week with another win in a big handicap here. Like Gwenny May Boy, also trained by Dan Skelton. He was last seen hosing up in the 3 mile handicap hurdle at the Grand National meeting in April. The time before that, he romped home in a Bible Stain handicap at Uttoxeter in March. The entry win came on good to soft. The Uttoxeter win came on heavy, so looks relatively adaptable type when it comes to the ground. That's a positive here, given there could be, or is likely to be, changing ground at play. This is also only his 4th start for the Skeletons, and every chance they can squeeze more improvement from him yet. Gwenny Mayboy. Zane Knights, the other that I put on the short list, he finished 3rd on seasonal debut at Cheltenham last month, and he may well come on for that run. All his wins have come off breaks of between 16 and 60 days, and that Cheltenham run might just have kicked him on in fitness terms. It also brings some solid course and distance form to the table, having won a handicap hurdle at the May Haydock meeting. Yet to run on softer, due to soft over hurdles, but he did win on heavy on the flat as a 2-year-old, so might get away with some level of softening underfoot. But it'd be the 2 skeleton runners that are interesting me the most. I think Doyen Quest could prove to be way better than the £5 well in he is here after his win last week. I think Gwenny May Boy has been a little overlooked at 12-1 and 14-1. Both his wins at Ancient Uttoxeter have been working out well since, and could well have plenty more still to offer. So Doyen Quest and Gwenny May Boy for me. Tony, what have you got for the staying handicap?
Oh, I was sure you were going to go for Zane Knights there, mate. I'm absolutely positive you're going to, because I had another 2 lined up as alternatives, but we'll have to sort of tighten the stakes a little bit here. Then,
what a chance! He's definitely on the short.
Yeah, I think I'm with you with Doyen Quest. That was very impressive last week. Very, very impressive and very cheeky as well. And I'll be interested to see how he goes, though, coming back within 7 days. I mean, a lot of trainers do well with the runners coming back to the track within 7 days. Absolutely interesting, fascinating Stayers Handicap hurdle tomorrow, and see if he comes from the back again. It'll be a fantastic finish as well. Catch Him Derry as well, another one from the Dan Skelton yard here. I have got on my short list winner on final run of the season at Ayr over a similar trip in April, before beating 8 rivals on return to action last month at Newton Abbot off a £7 lower mark. He has to handle that £7 lower mark. Tristan Durrell takes off a further £3, and he's around 13-2. Catch Him Derry. I'll stick with Zane Knights then, Ben. We've got Zane Knights sent off the 9-2 core favourite when 3rd of 12, beaten 6 3/4 lengths on seasonal debut at Cheltenham last month. He's a course and distance winner on good ground in May, as you alluded to there, mate. And beaten favourite last time out, winning favourite over course and distance. I think 20-1's a little bit too big for Zane Knights, and most firms paying 5 places there for Zane Knights, and I'm pretty sure he can hit the first 5 there. And one a bit left field here, an Irish raider here, Ottazini, Irish raiding mare, won on seasonal debut at Ayr earlier this month, beating 5 rivals 9 lengths, albeit in a Class 3 good ground contest, and I do like Ottazini. I think she could go well. Mare by Sea the Moon out of Dr. Massini mare, and as I say, earlier this month, beating 5 rivals by 9 lengths as the 9-4 second favourite. 40-1 in a place. Bet365, Betfair, Paddy Power, 40-1 Ottazini there. So that's my 3 against the field there for tomorrow. With you on Zane Knights, Catch Him Derry and Ottazini for the Stairs Handicap Hurdle off at 2:30 tomorrow. Moving on, 3:05, the 3:05 at Haydock, the big race of the day, the Betfair Chase, Grade 1, over 3 miles, 1.5 furlongs. Betfair Chase time, Ben.
Yep. Quickly back to the Stairs Handicap Hurdle. Ottazini, I did some very light trends for the race, and he was one of the qualifiers. So a positive for Ottazini. I think he's probably overpriced. So I'm with you on that one. But back to Betfair Chase, decent number lining up in the Grade 1 for a change. Been a while. None of the last 9 have had more than 7 runners. 8 of the last 9 have been fields of 6 or less. So we're being spoiled with 9 runners, hopefully.
Do you,
lining up here. Yeah. So hopefully they all line up. The real whacker should set a good pace for them, Emma. I think Brave Man's Game and possibly Ahoy Senor sitting just off him. I think it should go a decent gallop in this Grade 1. Grey Donnan looks likely favourite in this. I get that for sure. He's the one with the most upside to him. I do just wonder if he'll maybe need his first run back. He's improved plenty for his last 2 seasonal debut runs. He missed his 2 potential warm-ups for this in a Charlie Hall and then a Colin Parker at Carlisle. Suspect he would have liked to be coming here or run under our belts. That'd be my one little niggle for the 7-year-old. Grade 1 company, tackling the longest trip he's faced and without a spin to get him tuned up. Might not be enough to stop him, of course, but it's a niggle for me. A few in here I struggle to make solid cases for various reasons. The Rio Whacker, Brave Man's Game, Limerick Lace, Gold Tweet, probably even Capadano. So I want to take the chance to go against Grey Donning with the thinking he might need a run. That leaves me with Hewick, Ahoy Senor and Royal Pagaille. Hewick is actually one I've struggled to get to grips with, to be honest. To be fair to him, though, 5 of his last 6 runs have been in Grade 1 company. Bar his run at Aintree in the spring, he's shown up exceptionally well in all of them. Significant rain, I think, would be a concern for him. For all, he did run well in deep ground in France 3 starts back, so he should handle a bit of softening up, although I do think he'd prefer it to stay no worse than good to soft, Hewick. Ahoy Senor, he's one I've had plenty to say about over the years, but no denying Ahoy Senor's got his prime conditions to shoot for here. Left-handed track, running off a break of 42 days or less, where he has 6 wins in 3 places from 12 starts. That's all 6 of his career wins. He was clearly being primed for something last time out in the Old Roan Chase. Wasn't in that to win it. I suspect he'll be happy. He'll be happy with how things played out that day. Also worth noting that over and around this 3 mile 1 trip and off breaks of 42 days or less, he's 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third from 6 starts. That's another positive for him on the conditions front. And amazingly, I'm considering Ahoy Senor for the Betfair Chase. And course specialist and last year's winner, Royal Pagaille, he's the other worth looking at. He will love it if it gets soft or worse, which it could well do. On flat tracks, on soft or heavy ground, he has 5 wins in a second and a third from 7 starts, which are all 5 of his career wins. He's also 4 wins in a second from 5 starts at Haydock and 2 wins in 3 seconds on seasonal debut runs. So if that rain comes and starts to churn the ground up, hard to not see Royal Pagaille having a say in this. And a lot is going to depend on what the ground does here, but forecasts do suggest there's plenty of rain over the next 24 hours or so. Some of it pretty heavy rain, and that just leads me to Royal Pagaille. You'll have his prime conditions at his favourite track if the rain that's forecast does indeed fall. So it's a bit of a weather ground watching race for me, and assuming the rains come, Royal Pagaille for me. Tony, what you got?
Plenty of dual winners in this as well, Ben, isn't there?
There is.
You know, a winner of this contest 12 months ago. beating 3 rivals last year, including Brave Man's game gone at the game by 6.5 lengths. Fell at Cheltenham at the end of January and not seen since. I don't know whether there's been an injury or anything, if you've heard anything, Ben, but
not
looked into it actually. But he's not been seen since January. But yeah, I've very much on my shortlist. And again, I couldn't get the handle on Grey Dawning. I mean, it's improved. He's improved 20 pounds in the last 12 months. Winner of the Grade 1 Turners Novices Chase at the Cheltenham Festival in March. He is a fine jumper of a fence, is Grey Dawning, and I think if he brings his A game to the table, he'll take some stopping tomorrow. But 226 days when you've got the likes of Ahoy Senor and Hewick fresh from recent runs as well. So yeah, I've got Hewick down as well, and I've got Royal Pagaille and also Ahoy Senor as well, mate. What do you think of that? Very quickly, what do you think of that ride? I've got in my notes, questionable tactics on return to action at Aintree last month when ridden in rear before finishing third of 5, just before jockey Derek Fox got pulled into the steward's room. And I just, obviously you can't say anything, but questionable tactics, Ben.
I don't know. He needs his first run. He always needs his first run of the season. So it potentially was deliberate. Probably was deliberate, but also they probably know he needs his first run, and maybe he just somewhere blew up, as they say, and then got a second wind. But he doesn't win first time out, so I don't know. I assumed they finally figured that out and just thought, let's put him in a 2.5 mile race and let him get his fitness up for this target for the better chase. That's what.
And is he Grade 1 as well? Is he Grade 1 horse as well? But
don't know.
Lots of questions in there.
Yes, no, maybe. Ahoy.
Yeah, just and keep an eye on Limerick Lace, who makes my shortlist. Improving, exciting 7-year-old mare by Walk in the Park, winner of the Mares Chase at the festival in March. Forget the run in the national, but Limerick Lace could go well at a double-figure price. I don't know what to do about Ahoy Senor, mate. I'm going to stick with your Roy Pagaille and probably Dutch Royal Pagaille with Grey Dawning there. I didn't put Ahoy Senor in, but anyway, best luck to anyone who plays Ahoy Senor. Right now, it's top, middle and bottom.
The great thing about loving football is you cannot explain why you love it. It just happens. Chasing a ball round a park, wanting one team to win against the other.
El Mahoney, right foot, whips it. Oh, jeez, peeps, man.
So here we are, top, middle and bottom. Ben, what's the scores on the doors from last week?
Yeah, a wipeout week for us last week, big man. -4 for both of us, but it could have been worse, though, because we could have been Podblast favourites Dumbarton, who slipped into administration this week and picked up -15 points. And it's gotten worse for them because the police are involved now, and there's talk of there being fraud going on. So
we nearly sponsored
easy peeps, Dumbarton. Nearly, yeah, we did. But they priced us out of it, so
they did.
That's on you, Dumbarton.
They did.
That's on you, Dumbarton. But current totals for us are me plus 2.38. I'm slipping back towards the danger zone. And Tony minus 19.64. My top, middle, and bottom this week. Top, Ayr to beat Dunfermline at 9-10. Ayr have been strong at home this season. I expect that to continue here against Dunfermline. They've been shaky on the road. They've picked up 1 point on their travels and 6 away matches. So an Ayr win to kick things off for me. Middle, Montrose to beat Annan at evens. Both these teams have been shaky recently, but I'm always happy to take on Annan away from home. They've played 7, lost 6, conceded 19 goals on the road. So I'm in Tro's win for me in the middle and bottom. Peterhead to beat Forfar at 21-20. Forfar finally got a new manager on board this week, but only happened on Wednesday. So hopefully the new manager bounce factor doesn't kick in till next week. And Peterhead can take advantage of a Forfar team who have lost 4 of their last 5 league matches, which means my top, middle, bottom is top Ayr, middle Montrose, and bottom Peterhead. Tony, what you got?
Peterhead. Livingston away at Airdrie is my selection at the top. Livingston away at Airdrie, that's 8-11. In the middle, Alloa to beat Dumbarton, 17-20. And at the bottom, Elgin to beat Clyde at 13-10. What's up?
No, Clyde finally go back to winning ways last week.
I'm just sticking the knife in Dumbarton and Clyde for this week. Alloa to beat Dumbarton 17-20, Elgin to beat Clyde 13-10, and Livingston away at Airdrie top 8-11. Many thanks for listening to the latest edition of the Racing Podblast. Flies over, doesn't it, everyone? And very best luck with your bets at Haydock this week. Can catch more from Ben over on narrowinthefield.co.uk. That is narrowinthefield.co.uk. Cheers, Ben.
Cheers, Tony.
And we'll see you all next week.